Let's talk about something that most people struggle with, but few are brave enough to admit. You're holding on to a woman who doesn't want you. I know it stings. That kind of pain is real. But here's the thing. Until you accept that she's not interested in you, nothing else will change. This is the foundation of everything. And as hard as it is, this is the beginning of your freedom. You can't heal if you're still hoping. You can't move forward if you're secretly waiting for a text, a call, a sign that maybe, just maybe, she'll change her mind. But let me ask you, how long will you keep putting your life on hold for someone who has clearly shown you, through words or actions, that they've moved on? It's time to stop romanticizing what could have been and start accepting what is. I'm Jessica Opare, and I'm telling you this because too many of us stay trapped in fantasies that are keeping us small, broken, and dependent. When a woman doesn't want you, it doesn't mean you're not enough. It simply means she's not for you. Her disinterest is not your identity. It's not your job to convince someone to see your worth. And the more you chase someone who's already made their decision, the more you reinforce your own emotional imprisonment. Think about how much energy you're pouring into someone who isn't even thinking about you. Is she staying up at night wondering how you feel? Is she obsessing over every interaction the way you are? Probably not. And that's the harsh truth you need to face, not to punish yourself. When you stop chasing someone who doesn't want you, you reclaim your power. You take that emotional energy and you pour it back into yourself. The love you're trying to give to her, redirect it. You're not here to beg for someone's attention. You're here to rise into the kind of man who doesn't need it. It starts with acceptance, not bitterness, not self-pity, just truth. Accept it, not for her sake, but for yours. Because peace doesn't come from getting what you want. It comes from knowing when to let go of what you don't need. Let's talk about something that's even more dangerous than heartbreak. It's what you start to believe about yourself after someone rejects you. You see, the pain isn't just that she doesn't want you. The real pain starts when you begin to think that maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're not attractive enough. Maybe something is wrong with you. And that right there is where you lose yourself. I'm Jessica Opare, and I want you to hear me clearly. Her rejection does not define your worth. It never has, and it never will. You have to separate who you are from what she didn't choose. Because the moment you attach your value to how someone else sees you, you give them complete power over your identity. And no one, not even the woman you once loved, should have that kind of control over your life. You didn't lose value because she walked away. You didn't become less of a man because she didn't choose you. People make decisions based on their experiences, their needs, and their timing. Sometimes someone's inability to love you the way you need has more to do with them than with you. But if you internalize that rejection, if you let it sit and grow in your spirit, it will twist how you see yourself. And that's where real damage happens. You need to remember who you are outside of her presence. Before she came into your life, you had value, you had potential, you had purpose. That didn't vanish when she left. It's still there. You just stopped seeing it because you were too focused on someone who couldn't see it either. This is the time to take your identity back, to remind yourself that your worth isn't something to be proven or chased. It just is. And if she couldn't recognize it, that doesn't mean you're lacking. It just means she's not equipped to appreciate the man you are. Don't let her disinterest write your story. Rewrite it yourself. Show up for yourself in ways you used to show up for her. Love yourself with the same intensity. Pour that validation back into your own soul. Because when you stop needing someone to choose you, you become the one who chooses yourself. And that kind of power, that's unshakable. Let me ask you something real. Why do you keep thinking about her, even when you know she's not thinking about you? Why does her name still echo in your mind when she's already gone from your life? It's not just about her anymore. It's not even about love anymore. It's about the cycle your mind has fallen into, the habit of thinking about her over and over again, like a song you can't turn off. I'm Jessica Opare, and I need you to understand this. Those thoughts you're battling, they're not love, they're addiction, emotional addiction. Your brain got used to the rush, the high you felt when she messaged you, when she smiled at you, when you felt seen by her. And now that it's gone, you're going through withdrawal. It's not just heartbreak, it's chemical, it's neurological. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain. You've built mental pathways around her. Maybe she became your escape, your comfort, your fantasy of happiness. And now, even when she's not physically present, your mind keeps going back to that source, like a loop that never stops. But just because a thought keeps coming doesn't mean it's true. And it definitely doesn't mean it's healthy. You have to start recognizing those addictive thoughts when they come. Don't fight them with force. Just see them for what they are, a glitch in the system, a broken record that needs to be replaced. When she pops into your mind, instead of letting it spiral into old feelings and imagined scenarios, pause and tell yourself, this is just a thought, I don't have to follow it. You get to choose which thoughts you feed, and what you feed grows. So stop feeding the illusion, stop feeding the fantasy, start feeding new thoughts. Thoughts about your future, your goals, your healing, your identity. It's going to take time, and that's okay. But every time you interrupt that mental pattern, you're taking your power back. You're telling your mind, no, we're not going there today. And the more you do it, the weaker that old pathway becomes. This isn't about forgetting her, it's about freeing yourself. Because you were never meant to be trapped in your own mind, chasing something that's no longer real. You were meant to live fully, boldly, freely. And that begins when you stop following the same thoughts that keep breaking your heart. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that we can still stay connected to someone we're trying to get over. You say things like, it's just one text, or I just want to check her story, or we're still friends, right? But deep down, you know the truth. Every time you open that door, even a little bit, you're throwing yourself right back into the pit you're trying to climb out of. I'm Jessica Opare, and I'm telling you from experience, if you want to stop the obsessive thoughts, you must cut off all access. I know it sounds harsh, I know you think it's too extreme, but this is about your mental and emotional survival. Every message, every scroll through her feed, every replay of your old conversations, it's like reopening a wound that's trying to heal. How can a scar form if you keep picking at it? And let's be honest, when you say you're just checking up on her, you're not looking for peace. You're looking for a reason to stay attached. You want to see something, anything, that gives you a hit of the old emotion. But what you're actually doing is keeping the addiction alive. You're feeding it, nurturing it, and letting it grow stronger. If she's moved on, then staying connected isn't noble, it's self-destructive. Unfollow her, block the number if you have to, mute the memories, stop talking to mutual friends about her, stop playing detective in your own heartbreak. You can't heal in the same environment that broke you. Some people will call it immature, but let me tell you what's truly immature. Constantly checking in on someone who no longer checks for you. What's strong is choosing your peace over your pride. What's mature is drawing the line that protects your healing, even if no one else understands it. And when those memories come, 'cause they will, don't fantasize. Don't replay the highlight reel. Acknowledge the thought and then replace it, not with more pain, but with purpose. Replace her space in your mind with something that actually builds you. A new habit, a new goal, a new direction. You're not weak for needing distance. You're wise for choosing it. This is about reclaiming control over your mind and your emotions, because the more access you allow her to have, even mentally, the less freedom you'll have to move forward. Cut the tie. Not because you hate her, but because you finally love yourself enough to let go. You've spent so much time thinking about her that you've forgotten who you are. You wrapped your identity around someone who was never meant to carry it. And now that she's gone, it feels like you've got nothing left. But let me remind you, you were someone before she came into your life, and you still are. You just have to remember how to be that man again. I'm Jessica Opare, and this is the part where you stop looking back and start rebuilding your identity. Because what you're really missing isn't her. It's the version of you that existed when you felt alive, inspired, and grounded in something bigger than a relationship. That's the man you need to reconnect with. You see, the most dangerous part of heartbreak isn't the pain, it's the way it distracts you from your purpose. Suddenly, everything revolves around what she said, what she did, what she didn't do. Your energy, your focus, your drive, it all gets buried under emotional clutter. But imagine what could happen if you took all that mental energy and redirected it toward you. Not out of bitterness, not to prove a point, but because you deserve to be whole again. Start small. What goals did you abandon while chasing her? What dreams got quiet because you were too distracted by what she was doing? Pick them back up. Step into your own story. Go to the gym, start that project, deepen your friendships, take that risk you've been putting off. Pour that energy into building a life that reflects who you really are, not who you were trying to be for her. Because the truth is, when you start showing up for yourself, something shifts. You stop needing validation from people who couldn't see you in the first place. You become magnetic, not because you're chasing love, but because you're living in alignment with your purpose. You can't control who loves you, but you can control how deeply you commit to yourself. And the moment you make that shift from obsessing over someone who left to building the man who's still standing, you take back your power. You're not here to chase someone who walked away. You're here to become someone who doesn't have to chase at all. Your healing isn't just about forgetting her, it's about remembering you. There's something powerful that happens when you stop asking, why did she leave me? And start asking, what is this experience trying to teach me? Because here's the truth. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come wrapped in rejection. Sometimes the person you thought you needed was only there to show you who you're not supposed to be with. And if you're brave enough to listen, the pain you're feeling right now can become the very thing that propels you forward. I'm Jessica Opare, and I want to remind you that rejection isn't the end of your story, it's redirection. It's life closing a door that your heart wouldn't close on its own. You saw something in her. You hoped, you believed, but she didn't return it. And as painful as that is, her decision created space. Space for you to realign with something better, something more authentic, something actually meant for you. Too many people get stuck in that moment of loss and stay there. They make it their identity. They wear their rejection like a badge of shame. But I'm here to tell you that's not your path. Your rejection is not a verdict on your future. It's a redirection toward your evolution, toward the version of you that doesn't need to beg, prove, or settle. What if this heartbreak is the doorway to your growth? What if this is the chapter where you finally become the man who stops chasing people and starts chasing purpose? The man who no longer waits to be chosen, but chooses himself every single day. You have to shift the narrative. Instead of seeing this as something that broke you, see it as something that woke you up to your own needs, your patterns, your worth. Use this experience as fuel, not for revenge, but for rebirth. Because life has a funny way of protecting you from things you're not supposed to hold on to. And the quicker you stop clinging to what left, the sooner you'll find peace in what's still ahead. There is love out there that sees you, that wants you, that doesn't make you beg. But you'll never find it if you're still chasing someone who didn't see your value. Let this be the moment you stop looking back and start walking boldly into the life that's waiting for you. Rejection isn't the ending, it's your invitation to rise.